part two of our best counties to retire in each state. This time we're going to go through Montana through Wyoming. So if you haven't seen part one, look over here. There should be something going above me, but this will be part two, the next 25 states. So let's dive right into this, my friends. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And as always, comments, thumbs up, the whole thing helped me immensely with a YouTube algorithm. So Montana, Lewis and Clark County, population 66,290. 65% of the 16% of the population is over 65, which makes it one of the younger counties in the state. Not 89 primary care physicians per 100,000, and it costs about $4,300 per month, which makes it one of the more expensive counties in the state. And the median home value is $220,000. All right, so we go down to Nebraska. What's that? Why they got that picture? Okay, so these people are anti-Nebraska. They got a picture of a drainage sewer. Okay, a drainage pipe. I mean, of all the places in Nebraska, we're going to show this picture. Nuckolls County, and that's what you get if you move to Nuckolls County. 4,318 people. 26.7% of the population is over 65, which makes it one of the oldest counties, the fifth oldest of the 93 counties in the great state of Nebraska. 115 primary care physicians per 100,000 people, and the estimated monthly living expenses is $4,300. It just seems high to me, but the median home value is only $62,000, and the estimated monthly living expenses is $4,300. Okay, so let's compare the two. Let's see, versus not that, versus that. This is Nevada, Douglas County. All right. I guess these guys do not like Nebraska. Douglas County has 47,000 people. 25% of them are 65 or older, which makes it one of the oldest counties in Nevada. Only 61 primary care physicians per 100,000 people, though. And it still costs $4,300 a month to live on, which puts it smack dab in the middle of the state. And the median home value is $311,000. So I'm not sure where that county is. Now we go to New Hampshire, Grafton County. Don't know where that is either. 89,000 people, of which 18%, 19% are over 65 or 65 and above, which puts us smack dab in the middle in terms of age. Almost 200 primary care physicians per 100,000 people, though. That's good. It only costs $4,100 a month to live in New Hampshire. With a median home value of $215,000. I don't know about that. You're telling me New Hampshire costs less than Nebraska? I don't buy that for 2 seconds. All right, let's keep going. New Jersey, Hunterdon County. Never familiar with that. Not familiar with that. Makes it one of the oldest counties in the state of New Jersey, with 16% is 65 and above. 114 primary care docs per 100,000 people. It costs $5,400 a month to live there, which is the most expensive county in New Jersey, which is an expensive state. And the median home value is right under $400,000. Here's New Mexico, Los Alamos County. Only got 18,000 people who live there, and that's just doggone beautiful. Never been there. 18,000. They got 17% of the population is 65 and older. Makes it one of the youngest counties in the state. 162 primary care physicians per 100,000 people, and that's just gorgeous. Let's look at that compared to this. Jeez. Hey, costs about $3,900 a month to live there, and the median home value is $285,000. Here's New York, Warren County, 64,000 people or so. One of the oldest counties in the state of New York. 20% of the population is 65 or above. 117 primary cares docs per 100,000 people. About $4,300. To live there, which is probably the top third of the expensive of New York State counties, and the median home value is about $192,000. You cannot tell me New York is more expensive than Nebraska. I'm sorry. So I'm going to take this whole study with somewhat of a grain of salt in terms of the expenditures. I do like the primary care docs, so that's good. In North Carolina, Buncombe County, 252,000 is a population, with a right in the middle in terms of the age of the citizens. About 18% is 65 and older. 143 primary care physicians per 100,000. Costs about $4,300 a month to live there, and the median home value is about $210,000. All right, and then we got North Dakota, Ramsey County, and they got a picture of the backside of a school. Okay, that's an interesting. So you got a. They got a swing set, a white van, and then you got a basketball hoop. 11,000 people live there. 18% of the population is 65 and above, which puts it a little bit on the lower end in terms of the younger counties of the state. 86 primary care physicians per 100,000. Costs about $3,700 a month, which makes it one of the cheaper counties in North Dakota. The median home value is $130,000. Ohio's Cuyahoga, about 1.25 million people live in this county. 17% are 65 and above, which makes it smack dab in the middle for elderly of the state's population. But 111 PCPs per 100,000 residents. Costs about $3,400. So one of the cheaper counties of all the studies we've done, and the median home value is $123,000. So that looks pretty good. You got population, and you got cheap cost of living. Here is Oklahoma, and they just don't like the Midwest of these folks, because you got a picture of cornfields with something. Geez Louise, they couldn't find something better. This is Garfield County. It's got 62,000 people. 15% of the population is 65 and above. One of the lowest primary care physicians per 100,000 that we've seen, with less than 50. Costs about $3,800 a month for the family of two, and the median home value is $104,000. But it doesn't even look like, according to their houses, their picture, that they have any houses. It just looks like it's corn, and looks like bad weather coming in. Okay, here we got Oregon, Lane County. They got 363,000 people living there, and 17% of the population is above the age of 65, making it one of the younger counties. 87 primary care docs per 100,000, and the cost of living there is $4,000 a month, and the median home value is about $230,000. Here is Pennsylvania, Montour County. About 18,000 people live there. One of the older counties. 20% of the population is of 65 and above. That looks pretty. 456 primary care physicians per 100,000 people. Does that make any sense? The median home value is $173,000, and the cost to live there is about $4,400 a month. They got 456. Is that where they got a medical school up there in Hershey for the Penn State Medical School? Is that why? I don't know. Let's see, what's this? Rhode Island, Bristol County. About 49,000 people live there. It makes it one of the older counties, but they only got 5, so it's 19% of the population is older than 65. 180 docs, primary care physicians per 100,000. 4,400 people, $4,400 a month to live there, in one of the more expensive counties, but again, only 5. And the median home value is $341,000 there. Here's South Carolina, Beaufort County. 179,000 people live there. About 25% of the population is 65 and older. The top 3 of the 46 counties in South Carolina for older people. 70 primary care physicians per 100,000, and it costs $4,700 a month. The most expensive county in South Carolina. I don't believe that. The median home value is $283,000. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Do your homework on this stuff, I'm telling you. That's for sure. South Dakota, Hughes County. Only 17,000 people live there. One of the youngest counties in the state, of 15.6% are 65 and above. About 74 PCPs per 100. The estimated expense is about $3,800, and the median home value is $173,000. Okay, keep going down. Tennessee, Washington County, 126,000 people live there. About 17% of the population is 65 and older. Makes it one of the younger counties. 173 primary care physicians per 100,000. So pretty heavily, a lot of docs there. $3,600 a month is the median cost for living expense. That's pretty good, or estimated cost, I should say. And then the median home value is $152,000. So Washington County, Tennessee looks pretty affordable to me. Gillespie County in Texas, not familiar with that, but I'm assuming it's East Texas just because they got some green there, but I don't know. Roughly 26,000 people live there. 28% of the population is 65 and above, making it one of the oldest counties in Texas. Texas has 254 counties, and this is the 8th oldest. 124 primary care physicians per 100,000 people. The estimated monthly living expense about $3,700 a month in this county, right smack dab in the middle of the state. And they got $270,000 as a median home value in Gillespie County, Texas. Utah, Washington County, they show us a picture of, was it a gas station and a highway? What the? All right, so here, I can't even tell what that is. A Walmart? I can't tell. So for the picture of Utah, of Washington County, they literally show us a highway that Okay. Anyway, so they have 155,000 people there. 20% of the population is 65 and above, which makes it one of the top 3 oldest counties in the state. Only 59 primary care physicians per 100,000. Estimated monthly living expense for a family of 2 is about $4,000, and the median home value is $240,000. Here's Vermont, which looks a heck of a lot prettier than Utah or Nebraska. Jeez. Oh man, are these guys trying to get people to live in the Northeast? Because all the Northeast places looks pretty, and all the Midwest and West places don't look that good. Population 30, Bennington County, Vermont, I should say. Population 36,000. 21% of the population is over 65, making the second oldest county in America. 96 primary care physicians of 100,000 people. Estimated living expense about $4,700 a month, which makes it one of the cheaper counties in all of Vermont, and the median home value is $208,000. Virginia, Winchester City. Okay, I've been there a couple of times. Populated as a Northern Virginia. If you go out 7 from D.C. over to Leesburg and keep going out, you'll find your way to Winchester. 15.2% of the population is 65 and older, making it one of the younger counties of Virginia. 285 primary care physicians per 100,000. So that's good. Costs about $4,000 a month to live there, and the median home value is about $226,000. And Washington is Chelan County. About 75,000 people live there, with a 17.6% 65 and older population, which puts it smack dab in the middle of the elderly population for the state of Washington. But 119 primary care physicians per 100,000 people. Costs about $3,800 a month to live there, and the median home value is $256,000. Yeah, I don't know about that. West Virginia is Ohio County. 20% of the population has got 42,000 people there. 20% of the population is over 65. And the top third of elderly people for the state of West Virginia. 171 primary care docs per 100,000 people. That's a lot more than I would have thought. The estimated monthly living expenses about $3,800, which makes it one of the cheaper counties in the whole state of West Virginia. The median home value is $114,000. In Wisconsin, you got Wood County, and a pretty picture there. You got 73,000 people that live there. 19% are over 64 years old, makes it one of the older counties in the top third. In the state of Wisconsin, a lot of docs, though, 168 docs per 100,000 people, primary care physicians. Costs about $3,700 a month to live there for you and your spouse, and the median home value is all of $127,000. Wyoming is Park County. About 30,000 people live there, of which 20% is 65 and older. One of the top 5 oldest counties in Wyoming. They got 120 docs per 100,000 people, so a nice number of primary care physicians. Costs about $4,200 a month to live there, which is on the higher end for the state of Wisconsin. And about 236,000 people. 236,000 is the median home value there. So there you go. That wraps it up. Again, I'd take some of this with a grain of salt, of course, but you got to look what you got. I'm just curious what they look like for California. So there's Arkansas and there's California. So, okay. So it's weird how they have some of the pictures are just straight up. I mean, here's Delaware. It's beautiful. It looks like Hawaii to me, or Florida. But then you got Nebraska, Utah, a couple other states just bad. So I don't know if they're doing that just because they couldn't find pictures or whatnot. But anyway, hope this helps. Fun. If you like it, I'll put a link in the show notes. As always, subscribe, comments, and we'll see you guys next time at Heritage Wealth Planning. Thanks now.